Hi, I'm Zoe and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a really easy pie crust with only 4 ingredients. Let's get started. You want everything to be as cold as possible. You're going to have the cold butter and the cold water. The cold water is actually in my freezer right now, chilling. So to get started, you're going to use 1.5 cups of flour, and you're going to put that right into a big mixing bowl. And then you're going to use 3/4 teaspoons of salt. Pour that right in. Grab your whisk and give it a quick mix. Make sure that your dry ingredients are well combined. And now it's time to add the butter. If you watched my last video on how to make biscuits, you're going to notice that making biscuits and pie crust is very similar. So we're going to grate our butter and then put it into the dry ingredient mix. Okay, I'm going to start grating my butter now. Okay, I have now finished grating my butter, so I'm going to put it into the flour dry ingredients mixture, and you're going to want to break it up so it's in crumb-sized pieces in the flour, so that there's just little chunks of butter in your flour. So you're just going to use your hands and break up the butter into little pieces. Make sure that it gets all coated in the flour. You want your pieces to be about pea-sized, about this size or this size, and you're just going to make sure that they're all coated in flour. Okay, all the butter is in the flour now, and it should look something like this. Crumbs of butter in the flour. Now it is time to add our water, so I'm going to get the water out of the freezer. Okay, the water is nice and cold, and you want to use 6 tablespoons of ice cold water. Slowly add in your water so that it starts to become like a dough-like texture. Okay, now I have added all my water, and I'm just going to clump the dough together so that it becomes like a ball. Okay, now you're going to want to grab a rolling pin. And you're going to lightly flour your surface so that the dough doesn't stick to the table. Now it's time to roll out our dough. So you're going to grab your dough out of the bowl. Oops, okay. And you're just going to roll it out so that it will fit in your pie tin. Okay, now it's time to take your dough off of the table, and you want to be very careful because it might have stuck a little bit to the table, so you can just use a spatula to help take it off the table. And then you can just peel it up, and your pie dough is ready to use. The temperature that you're going to bake your pie at depends on what you're putting inside the pie. So follow whatever recipe you're using to put inside the pie crust. You're going to want to follow those instructions to see what temperature you bake it at, because it definitely depends on what you have inside the pie. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to see more awesome cooking videos like this one. I really hope that you guys will enjoy this pie crust. You should definitely try it out, and it's really delicious and flaky. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.